sense of if there are people and you say, well, let's grab our calendars and set those dates, rather than be like, well, does this sound good to you? Do you want
Right. Is this a process that you might want to go through? Of course they do. Get your calendar out, set your dates.
I also think it's really important, though, that we show our structure, because we do client meetings on Thursdays and Fridays, and I see new clients like today on Saturdays. Like, they get this, they get the rhythm of how this is all set up by those dates. Because you're live, you guys are crazy, both work. I mean,
yeah, and it is your opportunity to tell them these dates do need to be locked in. Because I had someone say once, "Oh, pencil me in," and I was like,
yeah, no.
Okay, let's back up a minute. A lot of team involvement and work goes into us preparing for this. We have a lot of fun, but it does take a village, so to speak. So I want to make sure that the dates we set are good dates, and you can be really focused, because you're going to have
really
fun.
work for you.
I show an example of the plan at the first meeting of the level of detail we do for them. I say, I ask that your commitment is these 2 dates to come and meet, and we will do all of this work for you. And make that clear up front. Because I think it separates us, and I don't think anyone else does that level of detail of drawings.
Okay.
Why
And
do
so
we
I did miss, Andrew, when you started it off by saying, we set the dates, right?
We set the dates, yeah. You make the decision. And it's not a wishy-washy like, oh, hey, do you want to maybe blah, do you want to maybe date a little? It's like, no, this is our date, or grab your calendar, let's set these dates.
And what determining factors do you use to figure out if they're right for us? Like, how far do you stretch the window of, who do you work with?
They have to have been engaged. Oftentimes throughout this whole process, people could not be. Or you can say the exact same thing.
That's the exact word that was going on in my head. They have to be engaged in one piece.
That's like 80% it. I mean, that's like a major part of it, because if they are on their phone texting or then that's a clue to how the whole thing's going to go. They have to be engaged, and I want to like them. If I like them, if I feel uneasy, if I feel like they maybe just don't get it, they don't get our process, they don't, and I think that goes back to being engaged. If they're engaged, then it's almost all the time we're setting dates.
They've got to be engaged, but just in like one piece for me. So if they got really sparkly about our process or about design or about our guarantees, like, okay, I can work with that. And as long as they're willing to make the commitment, like if I've got somebody who I'm like, and they're like, yeah, pencil me in, or like, I'll come see design, but I don't want to do the rest, which like never happens at this point. But then I'm going to take pause, and we're going to keep talking until I feel 100% one way or the other.
So if somebody says, well, let's go to the ideas meeting and then see how that goes before we set the next date, what do you do in that circumstance?
Ask more questions. Why? Why are you thinking that? Oh, because I just don't want to make a commitment to setting the dates. And okay, well,
I just want to know the range. They'll say like, I just want to know the more accurate range.
Without knowing what this project's going to cost, how can I commit to another meeting or whatever? I've heard that before.
And what do you say? Like, how do you address that?
well, I mean, in a nice way, I say no. I say, if I'm measuring today, then we are setting all of these dates. That's the way our process works.
It's most beneficial for
Why
the
were you
client
thinking
as
that?
well as for us. Yeah, but you do need to dig a little deeper. But also, for me to show you, give you the best experience, we need to do all this work up front. Maybe I didn't do a good enough job of explaining to you the process.
It gives you an opportunity to lean into a couple more questions, though. Like,
For sure.
Okay. So you guys are really, focused and concerned about making sure that we stay within a certain range or something. Let's talk about that a little bit more. What's your hesitation? Because by the time we get here, we want to have another really open, honest, fantastic conversation, so that we can take it from here to that final plan review and all be on the same page. So we'll have a tighter guesstimate at that point as far as an overall cost goes. But by that point, we're really working together as a team, and we can figure out just about anything together.
I think now that the budget conversation is a little bit heavier on the front end, you can circle back to that then if that were to come up, which I don't think that it does really anymore, but like if it were to come up again, you could say like, well, earlier we talked about 60 and how that's a pretty hard number. So going into this meeting, I'm going to show you designs that are right around that mark.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I think we should circle back on, we were talking about what makes us want to schedule the dates, like what kind of things we said engaged, we like them. I think one thing that I'll run into is when I see a client that really needs our help.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they're just, I know they can be taken advantage of like very easily, or whatever it is. I just know like, or they've had a really crappy experience in the past that took forever. Like, oh my gosh, do you need our process? You are going to love this.
Mm-hmm.
Patty ran into last week a client of mine, that single widowed woman that totally needed our hand holding, our process, everything. She loves it. She loves the whole thing.